Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is Keto Food Prep. This video is probably going to span more than one day. We'll see. Dale's still asleep, so let's get started with our beef enchiladas with red sauce. Any food that you see in this video that comes from our freezer, check the video description and you're going to find recipe video links, playlists, and product links. So always check the description. These are like a corn-style tortilla. They're on the dry side. You need to warm them up first to make them soft. Just like a corn tortilla, if you try to roll them, they're going to crack. You have to warm them up first. This container, it's not expensive. You can find it at many Mexican stores or on Amazon. It'll keep your tortillas warm. Now remember, any keto specialty foods, like tortillas or breads that you either buy or make yourself, they're going to be higher in calories, and that's because most of them are made with almond flour, which is a nut, and nuts are high in calories. For that reason, typically portion sizes are smaller. Dale likes a finer texture. He's not crazy about chunky vegetables in the meat, so I'm going to briefly blend this. But if you don't mind chunks, this step is optional. I showed you these dishes in the enchilada with cheese sauce video. I really like they're Corningware French white. They're 15-ounce size. And you can still find them in a set where you have various size dishes. There'll be one of these. But you can't any longer find them individually or like in groups of 4. Not like before. They don't sell them that way anymore. You can still find them on places like eBay or resale. And if you do find one and it doesn't have the lid, here, let me show you the bottom. So if you find this at Goodwill and there's no lid, they still sell replacement lids. Just have to make sure you don't find a source that'll price gouge you. I use these dishes a lot. There's other containers that I've invested in over the years that you could use for the enchiladas. Pyrex, they make a variety of sizes of glass containers. You could put the enchiladas along there. Probably all 6 would fit. And it has a lid too. Or this size of Pyrex. You could use an 8x8 pan or a vintage container. because Dale and I eat very different ways. I focus on meat and vegetables, and Dale focuses on special keto recipes. I tend to freeze individual serving portions. If you notice, Dale typically eats with a small plate, like these. Because his pizzas, enchiladas, tacos, fried shrimp are small portions because they're high in calories. They're normally very heavy foods, where I tend to use a big plate. I like a nice big piece of meat, chicken, beef, pork, a good big serving size, and a small serving of vegetables. We have two different ways of eating. Both of us lose weight and both of us learn fat. And you're going to learn your individual style of eating. Let's put the next enchilada recipe on hold because Dale's going to be awake soon and I want to do some prep for breakfast. I want to prep 8 days worth of his keto marshmallows for his keto hot chocolate. He's really enjoying those every morning for breakfast because it's still cold in the morning. It's still in the 30s. I like to have things ready to go, already in the freezer, because honestly, I don't feel like measuring at every meal. I try to prep and pre-measure as many things as I can ahead of time to make meal prep fast and easy, because not measuring is a big reason people stop burning fat. Now, any products or companies you see on these videos, none of them sponsor us. They don't pay us, they don't give us free products, they don't ask us to advertise for them. These are simply products I have found over the years, things that we buy and that we use personally. Chalk Zero is our current favorite company for candy. They make jam too. The company's sweetener, it's a keto sweetener made with non-GMO corn called resistant dextrin. It's like other keto sweeteners. Your body doesn't fully digest them. Most of them go through your system undigested, so it's not absorbed by your bloodstream. But my experience with all keto sweeteners is individuals react differently. Some people, their blood sugar goes up because their body actually digests more and absorbs more into their bloodstream. Some people, their blood sugar doesn't go up. The great thing about this company is they'll give you a full money-back guarantee. If you try their products and they don't work for you, you can get all of your money back. And I like that. But remember, they're a small company. Not all their products are always available. Sometimes they sell things on Amazon. Sometimes you have to go directly to their website. But say you want something like their peppermint baking chips and they're out, check back in a month or two. They might be back in stock. It is the next day. Yesterday after breakfast, I walked to the local store and filmed food labels to show you what to buy and what to avoid. And I ran out of time. Before we finish making our enchiladas, we need to do two things. Brew some coffee for me. I like to have them ready in the fridge for the morning. and fry Dale some chips. I'm going to make 2 different shapes today. I'm going to make some into triangles. These are best for nachos on Saturdays, and he prefers chips when he eats enchiladas. And he likes these strips for everyday lunch use. And again, we're going to use our keto almond flour tortillas. Each tortilla is going to make 8 chips. There's 6 tortillas in each package. And I cut each tortilla into 8 chips. Dale tends to eat 2 servings for lunch. So one package is going to last for 3 days. If you're keto, you're going to want to limit it to 1 serving because that'll be 4 grams of net carbs. I used to press the tortillas and the chips thinner, but that's too time consuming. Now I just simply cut them into triangles. And those are going to feel thicker, but the strips are going to have a thinner feel to them. Dale prefers those for his lunches. These chips need to cool, and then we can put them into baggies. In this home, we like to store things in individual serving sizes so we don't overconsume. So that's enough for 8 days of lunch, a double serving, and 3 servings for either nachos or to eat with enchiladas. And I do reuse my oil. I'll strain it through this coffee filter. I'm going to leave it to cool though right now. I use refined coconut oil. Let me show you. I haven't opened that one yet. It's naturally refined. It's not virgin. The virgin can't handle the high heat. For frying, you want refined coconut oil. I buy this on Amazon. It's the only place I've been able to find that large size. But it's expensive, and that's the reason I reuse my oil. Cool it, strain it, and put it in the fridge. But reusing your oil is controversial, so you need to do your own research. Over time, reheating the oil can cause oxidation. Now, my research has shown it has to be pretty high temperatures, 400 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, I forget which one, but really high heat, and it can cause it to chemically change. And I only heat this oil to 350, so I'm comfortable reusing it. And I try to do research through scientific sites like NIH, not through just wellness blogs. So I'm comfortable reusing the oil. Oh, and this specific flavor, the flaxen seed, I've never made these into chips. I don't know if the flax seed would make them less crispy. I doubt it, but I haven't tried these fried as chips. We're going to leave this to cool, then we'll add the coconut milk. I like to buy the simple instead of the classic because it doesn't have any added gar gum, or however you spell that. But either one is fine. And sometimes it comes very liquidy, but sometimes you just shake it up and measure it, but sometimes the oil's risen to the top and it's really thick. And lately it's been thick, and I have to melt it first. Now, let's go to the glass and enjoy watching the birds. And when the chips are cool, we'll go bag them up. The goldfinch is here. It's right up there in the tree. And I have 2 sock feeders. So let's see if it comes to the feeder and I can film it. I flew away. The cardinal's here, singing his heart out way up in the top of the tree. But right now, all we have are dark-eyed juncos. The second coffee is finished and the chips are cool, so let's get back to work. And that fit perfectly in the container. And I didn't plan it that way. That was 3 packages of tortillas. I was washing the oil pot and the goldfinch arrived. It's out there eating. I was washing the pot because I want to use it to cook my lunch. And lately, I've been in a real simple mood. I take a quart of broth, either from the fridge or the freezer, and some chicken thighs with roasted vegetables from the freezer. I use something different every day, and today it's going to be roasted mushrooms. Then I just simmer it. Simmer it low and slow. Take the meat off the bone, and it'll be like a chicken stew, something really simple and warm. A comfort food for me. And for later, keto coconut milk yogurt with chia seeds, and I'm adding an ounce of frozen strawberry puree. I have a variety of berries in the freezer ready to go. We'll just leave it to thaw in the fridge. And tomorrow I'm going to have roasted okra. With either shrimp or chicken. I'm going to set it on low to simmer an hour or 2 or 3. That's what's nice, is it just can stay there while I'm busy until I'm ready to eat later. Now we're going to make the chicken enchiladas with the green sauce, but Dale won't eat these. We'll save them for our son when he visits. These are his favorite. I'm using our recently made keto enchilada green sauce because store-bought enchilada sauces, cans or packages, have sugar in them, and we prefer not to eat sugar. I also decided to buy Walmart's rotisserie chicken breast because I know a lot of you guys use their chicken. Or you can take the meat off of the whole chicken without the skin. This does have added spices, and they're going to add 1 gram of net carbs per 3 ounces. There's also a little bit of cornstarch in there. And we're using our same tortillas. Each tortilla has 4 grams of net carbs, so that means at a minimum, each enchilada is going to have 4 grams of net carbs. And I decided to use Monterey Jack because it has less net carbs than cheddar. But we're going to save the cheese until after we bake the enchiladas. So we won't put it on before we put it in the freezer. We'll wait until we bake them, and after they're cooked, then we'll put on 1 ounce of mozzarella. I'm going to make it all in one pan. I'm going to warm the tortillas in the pan in oil. Then we'll mix up the sauce and the chicken. The oil that's left from the tortillas will help the chicken not stick. And we're using the same little serving dishes. I'm going to put 2 enchiladas in each one. That means there's a double serving in each container. If you want 1 enchilada as a serving, look in the links, and there's going to be a link for a smaller 6-ounce dish. I need to buy some, so I have them here as an example to show you guys. Now, if you find somewhere that sells these and it's not really expensive, let me know. When I find them, they're like $15 each, and that's just crazy. Now you can modify the net carbs by adding less sauce, diluting it with water, using chicken breast without spices in it. And you can increase the net carbs by increasing the amount of cream cheese, the amount of cheese. There's different ways you can tweak the recipe. Remember to use the app Carb Manager to help you log your food. Now let's do the shrimp enchiladas. We're going to make them the same way, except we're going to use the green sauce with cilantro. I'm going to mix half of it with the shrimp and half we're going to pour on top of the enchiladas. We're going to use leftover boiled shrimp that we have, but you can use raw shrimp, and you cook it real briefly in some butter or oil first. About 6 ounces. If you're using already steamed or boiled shrimp, it's going to add some net carbs depending on what spices were used. The chicken enchiladas are spicy, but not too powerful. The cumin mixed with the chicken has kind of mellowed it out. I do feel like they could leave a little bit more salt. Dale also wouldn't eat those because of the texture. He's not crazy about shredded meat. Now, if I was going to make the shrimp for myself, I'd add double the amount of shrimp. But Dale would rather have a thinner enchilada than something thick with meat. And we're going to see how powerful that sauce is since I'm not using as much meat with it. And I decided to add just a touch of liquid stevia to it. Dale will also eat his enchiladas with chips. He'll take a piece of enchilada and put it on a chip. That'll help it mellow too. He has enough net carbs to eat chips with the enchilada because he's low carb, not keto. My lunch has really warmed up the kitchen, so let's turn it off, let it cool, and sit down and enjoy the birds some more. Just a simple lunch. Of course, you can add a variety of herbs, but I just enjoy the taste of the mushrooms. That's what I'm in the mood for. Now we need to mix up our coffee and then end this video. I need time to wash all these dishes. Normally, Dale would wash the dishes for me, but he's not feeling that great. He recently had his 4th procedure to keep his cancer from spreading. And this time it didn't involve chemo. Instead, they went in with a needle and burned the tumor with a microwave. And yesterday, he was in a lot of pain. And it's normal, but I need to take care of the dishes today. Normally, doesn't matter how big of a pile, he'll do it for me. And thank each and every one of you for your thoughts and your prayers and being excited about our news that his liver transplant surgery is going to happen in 2 months. Okay, let's get that coffee stirred up, and then we'll come back and say goodbye. Breakfast is ready for tomorrow. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.